You think I wore this body to seduce patients? Emily's voice trembled as she stood in the HR office of St. Luke's Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. The HR director didn't flinch. We've had complaints. Your figure is distracting. I'm sorry, but you're no longer a fit here. Just like that, her 5-year nursing career, built on sweat, skill, and compassion, was erased with a sentence. Emily, 28, known for her piercing blue eyes, brilliant ER instincts, and a curvy figure she never tried to hide, was being fired. Not for any mistake, not for misconduct, but for being too beautiful. Only days ago, she'd performed a textbook resuscitation on a coding trauma patient in Bay 3, earning praise from doctors and family alike. But the whispers among jealous staff had grown. She's a distraction. She's too much. She knows what she's doing with those hips. Emily wore the same scrubs as everyone else. Her only crime, looking like a model while saving lives. Outside, humiliated and holding her termination letter, Emily collapsed into her car and broke down. Her mind raced. All she'd ever wanted was to help people, ever since she watched her mother die in a hospital waiting room because no one came in time. At 17, she promised never to let a patient feel that way again. That day made her a nurse, and it made her brother, Daniel, a soldier. She pulled out her phone, hands shaking, and messaged him. Dan, they fired me. For how I look. Captain Daniel Thompson, 32, Army Ranger with the 10th Mountain Division out of Fort Drum, had just returned from Afghanistan 2 weeks ago. When he read her text, he didn't respond with words. He just booked the next flight. On March 16, 2025, at exactly 5:40 a.m., his boots hit the ground in Kansas City. By 11:15 a.m., Daniel, dressed in his military uniform with a bronze star pinned to his chest, strode through the glass doors of St. Luke's. His steps echoed through the hallway like gunfire. Staff fell silent. Nurses whispered. Administrators ducked. He didn't break stride until he stood eye to eye with the hospital director. You fired my sister for her body. Daniel's voice was calm, deadly calm. She's saved lives. What have you done lately? In the executive boardroom, with 5 administrators watching, he laid her case out like a battlefield strategy. This is her record. 5 years, 0 complaints. Over 200 patients were saved, highest peer reviews in the entire ER department. And you dismissed her because her curves make your staff uncomfortable. No one answered. You're lucky she called me. If she'd gone public, this hospital would be on every screen in America. He paused, and maybe now it will be. That meeting didn't stay private. A young nurse tweeted about the encounter, then posted it on Reddit. It hit TikTok, then Instagram. Then Fox 4 Kansas City picked it up. Army captain defends sister fired for being too beautiful. By morning, Let Nurse's Nurse was trending with 3.4 million views and counting. Former patients came forward. A mother whose baby Emily revived in NICU. A cancer patient who said Emily sat beside him for 3 hours just so he wouldn't die alone. Their testimonials flooded social media. America watched. The hospital panicked. St. Luke's issued a statement, then an apology, then an offer to reinstate her with a promotion. But Emily refused. I don't want your pity. I want my dignity. Instead, she accepted a position at Plaza Family Health, a small, inclusive clinic across town. On her first day, the staff gave her a standing ovation. A handwritten note waited on her locker. We don't care about your body. We care about your heart. She cried in the hallway, and for once it wasn't from pain. 6 months later, Emily stood on a stage at the National Compassion in Nursing Awards in Washington, D.C., receiving an honor given to only 10 nurses in the country. Her speech was simple. I was told my body didn't belong in a hospital, but today I stand here because I never let anyone define my worth by their fear. In the front row, Captain Daniel stood proud, eyes glassy. He wasn't just her brother, he was the reason the world finally saw her. Her story sparked national reform. Hospitals across America re-examined appearance-based bias policies. HR trainings were rewritten. Stories from other nurses flooded the news until one thing was clear: the system had failed, but the people were waking up. So, a woman's body is not a threat, talent has no shape, and true professionalism is blind to beauty. It only sees the heart. The crowd rose in waves. veterans, nurses, mothers, all on their feet, and the world knew Emily hadn't just survived discrimination, she'd dismantled it. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below. Let's stand up for those who heal us, even when the system tries to shame them.